This company is turning banana and bamboo fiber into menstrual products. Not just that, they are making some very interesting products, including compostable and biodegradable garbage bags and much more. Saathi cares for two, you and the earth. The company wants to change the way menstrual hygiene is addressed by making products that go back to the earth, giving life to a healthier, cleaner, and empowered tomorrow. To discuss this in detail, we're in conversation with Kristin Kagetsu, CEO and co-founder of Saathi, and also Tarun Bothra, who's the CTO and co-founder of Saathi. Thank you so much, both of you, for taking out time and speaking to me today. Kristin, I'd like to begin by asking you, what was the inspiration behind starting something like Saathi, and how's the journey been like?
Thanks for having us today. Basically, we wanted to start Saathi because we were looking to address lack of access to menstrual products here in India, and particularly, knowing that at the time only about 18% of women had access to menstrual products, we wanted to see how we could address this. But at the same time, we didn't want to create a plastic pollution problem, so we're looking at how we could do this in a sustainable way as well.
What was the reason that you pursued this despite all the challenges? Because I'm sure when we're talking about sustainable products, there have been challenges on your journey. So what kept you going?
The main thing maybe at the beginning was just that we were looking at, how we can make this possible, how we can try to, help as many women and girls as possible. That was definitely one of the reasons why we started the company. It's one of the reasons why we still kind of push ahead today. There were a lot of people at the beginning who also said that trying to address lack of access as well as sustainability was not going to work out very well. But I think for us, one of the things we saw is that these two are very much linked, like health and sustainability. So this is one of the reasons why we
Absolutely.
keep going.
And I think Saathi is solving a very big problem, particularly in India. Let's talk about your products now. We know your banana pads are made from agri waste, but so are your bamboo fiber products and pads, and even the cornstarch garbage bags. Can you tell us a little bit more about these products and also other products?
When it comes to our products are not just different in terms of the way the materials which we use or how healthier they are. They are sustainable in its entirety from the supply chain point of view all the way and life cycle of the product. But if you compare us with any other traditional product, right? So what would happen is if you see most of the models follow a linear economy, where you take something from nature, you make it into a product, you use it, then you dispose of it, but then you're not aware what is happening to it when you dispose of it.
Absolutely.
Is it going to landfill? Is it going to be buried somewhere? Is it going to be burned?
Yeah.
So in that sense, when we started building it, we saw that we want to create a solution, and every single product as a solution, which is whole in its entirety, as a holistic solution, that it is taken care of, and it is not adding any sort of carbon during its journey from the nature and back to the nature. So that is something which is a very base pillar for our products. Now, if I talk about banana fiber, bamboo fiber pad, or cornstarch bags, all of it is an agricultural byproduct which exists in nature.
Yes.
All we as a company are doing, extending its life before it degrades, so it can convert into another material being used by users and then go back to degrade, which is what it was going to do any which ways. So if the fiber was thrown in the field, it was going to degrade. If bamboo was staying in the field, it was going to decay. So is the cornstarch, or fed to cattle, or thrown away per se. But majority of it goes unutilized. So we just process it, form into another material, and then extend it. Now, when it comes to a standard pad versus our products or our other products, best thing about them are they are eco-friendly and they do not have any kind of hazardous impact on environment. Now, yes, not a lot of people wish to buy products which are just eco-friendly. Definitely, they need to be functional for you. So our products are completely functional, as any other commercial product, par in terms of quality. And another, what you say is the core value for an individual to use the product is this better for them. So yes, our products are completely chemical free, any kind of side effect free when it comes to the users, and users can use them without any hassle and any other problem. And we also have other sustainable products like menstrual cups. And soon, as our birthday is coming, in terms of Saathi, now it's going to turn on 5th September. We're soon going to be launching a lot of range of products, which we have been working for last 3-4 years to make sure the similar kind of mindset is there in terms of sustainability from their sourcing to the end life.
Absolutely. I think there's a wonderful range of products at Saathi. And as you mentioned on your birthday, on the company's birthday, you are launching a whole new series of products. And I think I'm really excited to know more about that. Talking about health and chemicals, Kristen, about 50% of women report urinary tract infections, UTIs, in their lifetime, and close to 70% report RTIs, reproductive tract infections. In fact, a recent study also found cancer-causing chemicals in sanitary napkins that women use in India. At such a time, how important do you think Saathi's eco-friendly pads are for women in India?
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially because if we look at some of the chemicals, one of them is bleach, which we also know in day-to-day use you shouldn't be like touching bleach with your skin and that sort of thing as well. And even if you do use bleach, like in laundry, like detergent or that sort of in the pool or something like this, you use it in very small quantities. And so if you can imagine that is also something that's touching your skin in a most absorbent area, like that's one of the reasons why there are a lot more issues and these kind of dioxins and things like that, which are the ones that cause cancer. Those are the ones that we don't include in our products.
Tarun, what are the challenges of running a sustainable brand and making products that are eco-friendly? Why I'm asking you that is, there is a general notion that eco-friendly products or sustainable products are not pocket-friendly, which is why people sort of hesitate in trying them out. How do you think Saathi is tackling this?
Yes, it is difficult to run a sustainable brand, definitely, because it's altogether become a different thing. It is out of the box in terms of when you're so habitual to using a plastic bag, which is quick, you can find it anywhere. Meanwhile, when you talk about greener products or cloth bag,
yes,
or something which is sustainable, it's not easily available, and they definitely are expensive. But one should not think of it from that point of view as well, and that's the education which becomes a very key challenge for sustainable brands to address, to educate a user so they can understand how and why this is better, not just for themselves, but everybody in longer run. Example, plastic was a great solution in World War II. Most robust material became a problem, a worldwide problem today. We really want to get rid of it. We just want to run away from it, but we realize that it's around us everywhere. We are surrounded by it. Absolutely. Similarly, like a cloth bag versus plastic bag, you can use it, throw it, but if you pay 20 rupees extra, you get a cloth bag. It runs for 3 years. So you don't have to get a plastic bag every day, 365 days a year. Same. If you talk about using a product, yes, our product is not as cheap as a commercial plastic bag. Yes, there is an added amount to it for it being eco-friendly, but with scale, it should go down. As we scale and more users uses it, we should be able to make it cheaper and available to everyone, which is currently also, but it is cheaper than greenwash products which are out there, almost 55% cheaper.
Yes.
So now choice is that, yes, do you want to pay, let's say 5 rupees extra a month to buy Saathi pads, or do you want to suffer through urinary tract infections, UTIs, RTIs, and pay 50,000 to gynecologist in a year or more, depending on how severe the situation is. And from our understanding, healthcare is getting way much expensive. So there is very high time you invest into preventive healthcare, where you use something which is good for you from the starting, instead of using chemicals and plastic pads, which are cheaper now, but in longer run, it is very destructive for you and everybody else.
Absolutely. I think very well explained. Preventive healthcare is definitely the way to go. As a sustainable brand, How is Saathi convincing customers to choose something that is eco-friendly over convenience?
So I think there's two things. One, you mentioned convenience, and then the other was be cheaper. A plastic product may be cheaper. So regarding convenience, that's also why we have both compostable, biodegradable sanitary pads as well as menstrual cups.
Yes.
Because for some people, switching from a plastic pad to a biodegradable pad will be an easier switch user-wise, because they're the use case is the same. You use the pad the same. But for a menstrual cup, it might be a new user experience, and therefore there's a little bit of hesitancy to switch. So that's why we have both options, because some people are comfortable with that, some people are not comfortable. So then you have two different options, both sustainable in different ways. Looking at, okay, I'm investing, in this product. It is good for the planet, but it actually, because it's good for the planet, it's also good for me. So it has natural materials, no chemicals, like there's no plastic to irritate your skin. So from both angles, you're kind of getting a win-win in that sense.
I like to just add to it. As I explained, even Saathi doesn't produce everything, right? If I have to buy a shirt, I do have to go to buy it to another brand.
Yeah.
So as a user also, when I come through other products, what I would do is redefine or per se define and point out what convenience matter to you as a user, me as a user, or anybody as a user. Yes, definitely. Today, India is one of the fastest growing economy, but 70% of India still resides in rural areas. So yes, pocket friendly definitely is something which means convenience to me. Easily accessible is something which means convenience to me. And healthier, better for me is something which means convenience to me. So let's say if I keep these three things in mind, right? Saathi, yes, definitely. If you subscribe to our products for a year or take a menstrual cup, which is one time, which will last you 5 to 10 years, cheaper and convenient. Both, depending on what kind of product you would like to use. So we are addressing that really well when it comes to price point and pocket friendliness. Now, is it conveniently available? If you have a mobile, you are on internet, Amazon, Flipkart, our website, you can order it from anywhere. You can order it from eco stores and other places. And that's how we are addressing the availability and accessibility of the product. Not just in urban areas, rural areas, we are partnered with 150 NGOs today and have donated more than 2 million products. So accessibility is something which we rigorously work on, even in rural areas where people can't even have access to it, where they do not have internet or what's a place where they can buy. So we go and reach out to their door and do it. Now the third thing is it healthier for you? Definitely. If you see today, if you search for a organic, biodegradable, compostable pad, today Saathi is the only company with a patent in India, US, and several other countries. And having a product which is not just what's a accepted and recognized by UN and other biggest organization around the world. But if you see, Johnson and Johnson itself have tweeted about us that this is the first revolutionary product in hygiene industry they have seen over the decades. So that's put it out there in terms of a product, how we are addressing it.
Absolutely. I think the journey has been very inspiring and amazing. I also want to know, can you share some feedback from your customers that have stayed with you over the years?
Yeah, so actually one of the most interesting things is when we go to like an in-person event or booth, we always bring a touch box. This is ever since we even launched Saathi in the first place. So that means we can put a regular pad side by side with Saathi pads, and the box is covered so people can't see which one is which, and we let them feel it. And even from the first day that we launched the product, people all chose Saathi over the regular pads because it was softer. And so that's, I think, one of the main things is when people feel it, they can immediately feel that this is a softer product, will be better for your skin. And so I think in that sense, that's one of the top feedbacks is definitely the comfort. And also people are really excited that the product is just as effective as regular products. And there's no compromise there, even though it is considered like an alternative product.
I am a very
Go ahead.
happy customer of Saathi pads. I've been using the banana fiber pads for a really long time now, and I completely agree when you say that it's a softer material, it's a softer pad, 100%. And I think it's now, I can feel the difference in my life after I switched from a regular mainstream pad to this. And I'm sure a lot of customers do feel the same way, and there will be more customers adding to the list. Tarun, you were saying something. Please go ahead.
No, just what to add to what Kristen said is that something which feels nice and softer to your hands, with something which and our private part skins are way much sensitive compared to our hands, because our hands are, God knows, touches warm things, go through roughest environment in our day-to-day life. We have seen even men coming to us in person. Wildest one is from somebody who flew all the way from Africa,
Okay.
because on a weekend we were not able to respond to this person's email.
Okay.
So they were so eager and they flew back here. They're like, I wanted to know how it feels like it, because I've seen a video and then that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I really love this product. And then he took 15 boxes for his wife. He's like, I'm not sure when I'm going to come back, but I would like to launch it, and I'm taking this much product just for my wife and sister, and soon plan to launch this product, because it's if it feels so soft to me, it would be amazing to the end user who's going to be using it. So yeah, we have had crazy user feedback like that as well.
That's the kind of impact we're talking about. Absolutely. That's wonderful. Talking about that, what does the future look like for Saathi? What is it that you wish to achieve in the coming few years?
So basically, one of the things that we're looking to achieve is to scale our operations and be able to reach more women and girls, not just here in India, but abroad as well. So we already have, some partners abroad, but we're looking to kind of really be able to reach as many women and girls as possible, because you have a lot of interest from around the world. So that's one of the things.
As I said earlier, our focus is to be able to launch more products, and we don't take it lightly, because we really value the users using the product and also the environment. That's why we take always long in order to launch the product. If you see other companies who so-called claim to have similar products, would have various range of product, which definitely are plastic or chemical, I would say, creams and other things.
Yeah.
And if you look at Saathi, we have slowly grown into a product from banana to bamboo to menstrual cup, till we have achieved a world-class standard when it comes to the product, making sure that no matter what happens, when the user uses it, there is no negative impact on it, or when it goes to the environment, there is no negative impact on it.
Yeah.
So our product should not just be a product to sell, but a value added to society.
Yeah.
And that's what our goal is, to maintain this by this value in all the upcoming products which we launch. And I'm proud to say that, after years of research, there are a few other products which we will be happy to soon brought into market, and they are phenomenal.
I think with what I see and after this conversation, I'm convinced that Saathi is run out of passion to solve a really big problem. And it's a wonderful thing that you guys are doing. Also, because all your products, with how I see it, and also I'm sure how customers see it, is that they are gentle for the users and for the planet, which I think is a brilliant thing, and which I think is the need of the hour. So thank you so much, both of you, for taking out time and speaking to me today. And I wish Saathi all the very best, and also happy birthday in advance.
Thank you
so
very much.
Oh, shoot. We forgot to say something.
Yes.
Soon our birthday is coming, and we are going bonkers and go bananas this year as well, with 6 weeks of sales and different and crazy offers every single week in the month of September, and 2 weeks following before September. So all the best, and grab as much as you can.